What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Garden State Film Festival, 24th Annual Garden State Film Festival. We're live streaming from the beautiful Berkeley Oceanfront Hotel at the Shared Universe Podcast Lounge. My name is Ming Chen.
And CJ Cullen.
And I'm an amazing filmmaker. Could you please introduce yourself and the name of your film?
I'm the amazing filmmaker, Steve Edwards, the executive producer of Lucky Jack. I'm not so amazing, actually, but that was very kind of you, Ming. That's a very good way to begin an interview. Thank you.
I'm trying. Hype up the guest, and then you go from there. Yeah, for sure. Could you please tell us about Lucky Jack?
Lucky Jack is a deeply personal story. It's about my dad and my mom, my entire family. My dad was grew up in the projects of Newark. Very dysfunctional family. His father was an alcoholic. He actually died cirrhosis of the liver when my dad was 17. His mom was bipolar. They grew up in the projects of Newark. And he always wanted to be a doctor, but he never applied himself. And flunked every course his junior year of high school at Weequahic High School. Including gym. I don't know how you flunked gym. You didn't flunk gym.
Yeah,
CJ.
I got an A in gym.
Yeah, one thing.
That was the only subject I got.
I had the Presidential Fitness Award,
Yeah.
Very hard to flunk gym is the point. Yes.
So that was the first thing I wanted to say when I saw you. You look like you got the Presidential Fitness Award.
My mom has it in a drawer somewhere.
Anyway,
but,
so I. Bottom line is he always wanted to be a doctor, flunks out his junior year of high school, 1954, golden age of Newark. And he sort of became a Walter Mitty character after that. One failed misadventure after the other. 1966, he's 30 years old. He has a wife and 2 children, unemployed, part-time pizza delivery man. He smokes a joint. It's the 60s, okay?
Yes.
And nowadays it's legal.
Right.
Smokes a joint. He puts on Man of La Mancha's Impossible Dream. He puts on a surgeon smock that he used to wear when he drew blood in a local hospital years earlier. And he looks in the mirror and he says to himself, resolves himself, I'm going to be a brain surgeon. I see a brain surgeon staring back at me. It was really good stuff, man. You know?
I mean, that's a lofty goal.
And to make a long story short, 9 years later, I was making rounds with him. At the time, I was 15 years old. And he was operating on brains at Mount Sinai.
And he did it 9 years later.
And
so he literally manifested that moment.
He did it. But it's got a complex ending that I don't want to give away. You got to see the film.
You got to watch the film.
And sort of a tragic ending, but if it's possible, and I think it is, it's uplifting and inspiring at the same time. The bottom line is there were a lot of twists and turns to this story. There was a lot of adversity to be overcome. But in the end, my dad and my mom, who is a central, part of the story, he couldn't have done it without her. I think they taught myself, they taught my sisters and many other people to really, you got to believe in your dreams in life.
Yeah.
You've got to stick it out. And in the end, purpose and realizing your highest, best sense of self is quite important if you want happiness and fulfillment.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you? Did you always want to make movies and make a film?
Yeah, are you achieving your dream right now?
I did. This film, and anyone that's watching that's made films, it's a psychotic experience. It really is.
It's like an addiction, too.
And somehow it comes together at the end. But, it was so much fun because the story was so personal. And there were so many ups to making the film. There was also lots of downs. But I really enjoyed it. And it's very fulfilling to know that I made this film about it, my dad and mom.
Yeah, it's cool that you're able to document it. At what age did you learn about the story?
So the first memories of life, really, for me, where my dad, after he had that moment, continued to play Impossible Dream as he was studying. He went to college in '66, Rutgers College. And my first memories in life are listening to that song when I was, lying in bed at night, my hands behind my head, thinking about the universe. And because that song, and especially Sinatra's version, really takes you out in the universe. And I realized at that early age that my dad was out there doing something that was extraordinary. And it was almost like an air of inevitability, that this was going to happen. He was going to somehow achieve this dream.
Yeah.
So it was very inspiring at an early age.
That's amazing. I just love that you were able to document this. How long did this take you to make from start to finish?
About 1,500 years.
Okay, it's a long time.
Did you go back to Newark and film?
We actually filmed on location, many locations around the state. I think we 15 days of shooting
15
around
days,
the
okay.
state, including Newark. We went back to Weequahic High School. That high school he dropped out of in 1954. His guidance counselor, by the way, said, "You're not college material, Jack." And maybe it is best that you drop out.
Yeah.
Guidance counselor from hell, right?
Yeah.
Right. Turns out he was med school material, though, right? Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's insane. And how many people were you able to interview that were still around? Were you able to track down a lot of?
That was, and for filmmakers, I think this is good advice. When I decided I got to do this, I got to make this film. What's my next step? I never made a film before. The next step I realized, I just intuitively knew, all of his friends are getting older. And I need to go out and I need to get B-roll. I need to film them, talking about the story. And it's interesting, even though I'm his son, when you go out and you talk to so many different people that he was friends with and family members, you start seeing a different story.
Right.
I saw what I saw, as you asked me before, from 66 on. Now I was able to go back and talk to people that took me back into the 30s.
Right.
And I was able, with the transcripts that came out of those interviews, I was able to see, like a detective, what the pattern was.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I was like, wow, there is the story. I see how it's connected.
Yeah.
But then, so critical with filmmaking, how, that may be the pattern, but how am I going to tell it to the audience in a way that keeps them invested from the beginning of the film to the end of the film? And that's where I struggled for many years. What story did I want to tell? And why am I telling it?
Right.
And ultimately, why I told it was try to inspire people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you not only did that, but you made a great film, got into the Garden State Film Festival.
Well, not only that, Ming and CJ, but I'm so honored that we're closing the film 3 o'clock, I think, Asbury Lanes.
Today.
Yeah.
Today.
So,
Awesome.
So,
so you got time to come down here and check it out.
It's
You got,
exciting.
You got a little over 2 hours to come down and check it out. Such a great story. And you said you'd never made a movie before.
Never made a movie before. I've definitely, I got the itch now to make another one. Once you make a movie.
Yeah, I mean, your first one, you got it was so good you got into a prestigious film festival.
There are so many stories that I want to tell.
Did you get more stories when you're interviewing people and be like, oh, wait, I could have went this way?
Yeah. Or wait, I got another.
So many funny stories that I found out. My respect for my dad went to the next, and my mother went to the whole nother level after doing this. But I will probably make other movies in the future. If for no other reason, I made so many rookie mistakes.
Oh, it was your first time, so
sure. Can I not 1,500 years next time? Can I do this in 15 months?
Yeah.
And the bottom line is that it's a fun process, but it's challenging.
Yeah. What do you think the biggest mistake you made that you don't want to repeat for any potential filmmakers out there? Maybe you could help them avoid that.
I think the biggest mistake, I mean, you've got to find, I worked with a lot of amazing people that kept taking it next level, and I thank all of them. But I think maybe finding the right team.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That's essential, yeah.
Paying them what you need to pay them. And hopefully, if you found the right team, these people are passionately invested. But no one's ever going to be as passionate
as you,
as the executive producer. In this case, the son of the subject of the film.
Yeah.
But I think just finding the right team, and of course, and knowing what you want to make.
Right.
What film do you want? A real quick side story. When we first went out and filmed, I put together a pretty good film, but it was just talking heads. And I just didn't like it. Just was too boring. Right. And we then, years later, I figured out with my team, we got to do reenactment scenes, which is what we did.
That's great. Yeah.
So there's 100 reenactment scenes that are
awesome.
intercut in between the
So
talking
it's like
heads.
it's doc and a narrative together.
It's a documentary feature, and I probably should have decided that early on. I would have saved a lot of money.
Sure, but
Yeah.
And so I would just say to aspiring filmmakers or the veteran filmmakers know this already. Spend a lot of time up front. What am I trying to say? Who am I trying to say it to? What's the best way to do this? What's my highest sense of this film? And then dive in. Don't start low because it's going to cost you more money.
Yeah, but that's cool. You got to cast somebody to play your dad.
Sorry?
For the flashback, for the reenactment.
I got a great actor, Michael Patrick Lane, who played my dad. He looked just like him when my dad was younger. It was the cast was terrific. The crew was terrific.
Yeah. And what was it like showing this to your family members?
Well, filmmakers know this, and if you're an aspiring filmmaker, you should know this. One of the toughest moments is that first time that you put people in a theater.
Yeah.
You're cringing. You're seeing every mistake, even though
no one else is seeing it, but
So
you see it.
Exactly right. No, the premiere happened a long time ago, but so by now it's not as hard. Even today, I'll notice the imperfections.
Oh, sure. And new audience, and it's a film festival, but the family, the first screening.
Yeah, but my family, it was, people's reactions, the emails I get afterwards, that makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah.
When somebody writes you a letter, it happened recently when I showed it in my hometown of Union, someone that goes to Kane College said, "You just made what a meaningful difference you've made in my life, inspiring me." And it was a stranger. It wasn't even a family member.
Wow.
So that's the best part.
That's a
about
good
moving.
feeling, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. So what's next? You working on anything now, or are you touring with this one to film
I'm going
festivals?
to tour with this more. We've got more showings. I'm supposed to go to Ireland with it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's
the
great.
ambassador to Ireland invited me to show
Oh, wow.
at his residence. So that's exciting. We are talking. I'm not talking. I'm working with a very prominent Hollywood producer now, very prominent, and he believes in the story. He loves
That's
it
great.
as a feature film.
Yeah.
And we'll see. He's connected me with a screenplay writer that is a protege of his, and he should have the first draft in about a month.
Yeah.
And it's an ongoing process. It's not going to come together in a year.
No, but that one day when it does, we'll be looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah,
Bring
That's
it back
awesome.
here and show it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
that would be awesome.
That's amazing. Thank you so
That's
much.
great,
I'm glad everything went great. And today, 3:00. Where's the screening
Come
again?
out and see it.
Asbury Lanes.
At the Lanes. Okay, it's a great venue. It's a great venue.
Ming and CJ, I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for jumping in with us. Lucky Jack, everybody. Definitely check it out. GSFF.org for tickets and info. Come on down. This is definitely one you want to see at 3:00 at the Lanes today for sure.
Thank you very, very, very
Come on
much.
down, and we'll
I've been looking in that direction.
No, okay.
Yeah.
No.
That's
Watch
good.
yourself.
No,
That's
okay.
your
You're
monitor
good.
here.
You
We
got
got
my life
cameras.
story.
going.
I'm like,
Cameras, yeah, there you go.
always-
We got cameras everywhere, my friends.
There's one,
But,
camera one, camera two, camera three.
But we'll be live streaming all day. Thank you
Yeah.
for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll talk to you. We'll see you guys soon.
That might end the festival, right? But 3 to 5 is that the last set?
That's
Could
it.
be.
The
There you
last
go.
one.
But we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.